Alright, hello. I'm going to be casting the Team Liquid versus Falcons match at Blast Bounty 2026 in Season 1. This is the quarterfinal match, and this is the first playoff LAN event of the season. So, it's going to be pretty good for these teams. I know I haven't done one of these for a while because, too busy actually getting an education, which, yeah, I can't really. I'll take the fault for that. That's my bad. So, here I'll just go on straight into this. Alright, here we go. I've got a cup of tea and some nice quality Counter-Strike to watch. I say that, no, I'm not going to make a joke about that. That's a bit too mean. But anyway, here we go. Falcons versus Liquid. Now, a little bit of backstory. We've got Nucleons with us instead of Kiyosuke for the Falcons. There have been no roster changes over the off-season for either of these teams, but Nucleons is still here to stay in place of Kiyosuke because my man got rejected at the border of Copenhagen. So, poor fellow. Now we've got a member of the Falcons Academy joining us instead in Nucleons. So have to see how well he does today. This time over on the B ramp. Doesn't take a whole lot of fight his way. Lets him come to him instead towards under on the B bomb site. Has lost Nico outside in the process, but Nucleons doesn't hold his own very well. And Kixan there doesn't really give himself a whole lot of support. And everybody's dropping like flies. Honestly goes down too. And as you can tell on Tessa's POV, guns are slightly bugged on the demo, but we can't have a flawless demo. Surely that's impossible. Not allowed. So we're gonna have to have a couple of bugged out guns, I think, going through this. So once again, that is my bad. I should have gone to the Valve office and told them about this before I started doing this. So yeah, we will have to continue on through this. So, like I said, there has been no roster changes for these teams, so except for Nucleons as the big old stand-in. So Liquid should be fairly warmed up for this match, and this is Bounty, of course, so the teams do get to choose which opponent, or at least Liquid chose Falcons out of the top four. What was it? Fury? It was Fury, Vitality, Falcons, or Spirit. And Falcons to stand-in, that's 100% the best option. Liquid being lucky enough to pick first, so definitely I'll do the same, knowing they have a stand-in as well. Definitely not going to go against Vitality winners. And Nuts has just nailed his own teammate in the back of the head. That's a good start. I mean, at least makes up for it by getting rid of Monacy as well. Good start for him, but Falcons, after losing the pistol, are just going to come in with a full eco. Looks like we've got a Deagle on Nico and an HE on Nucleons, but other than that, going to keep it nice and simple. Nico going to peek into the angle, leads with the shadow advantage as well. Doesn't close out the kill, but at least damages him in the process. Picked up Scout for Nucleons, was invested on Monacy. So it is actually a full buy. I just realised I've got full Kevlar, so on the back of the loss of the pistol round, they have gone all in on this. Pistol kill from Nucleon, starting off well, but a bit of an awkward scenario trying to get that Galil out of Nertz's hands. Mistaken himself on the back of the retake and be pushing through heaven. So Falcons have a chance to crunch in from all sides, but Liquid with the more superior guns could be good to put up a test. Nertz on the angle to be looking through Squeaky, but I think Nucleons is just concerned about saving. Yeah, Tess is going in blind, not really given a chance, and Nico with only a Deagle might be looking for some exits, but Nucleons with the Galil isn't even taking this into account. It's got Kevlar and a gun, so going to want to save this instead. Nertz with a triple, farming up the eco frags. Nets Liquid their second. Nice old start to Nuke, which is their map pick. I've had a good win rate on it recently, especially after the Budapest Major, starting in Stage 2 and then going out in Stage 3, which after some shaky CS to watch was, I'm not going to say a great result for Team Liquid, considering I think they made the playoffs of Shanghai last time, was their last big result, but albeit with a very different roster to now. So even making it through to Stage 3 might have even been called a victory for them. And riddled with tech pauses, this match is, because it's the first match of lands, I think. So we're blessed with that to watch and endure through. Brilliant. Luckily, just skip ahead in the demo, so it'll be fine. Honestly, given the Galil to work with for Falcons. Posted up as the rotate over towards heaven, can quite easily make his way in towards a ramp or even fight for outside if given the opportunity. Supporting cast with not a whole lot. Oh, Leech spotted him out there. Could have been a mistake. Lil could have fallen out of his hands quite quickly, but not going to regress on the angle against the AK over long range. Nucleons with 5-7. Perfect gun for the range. Is probably going to get flushed out. No, it's just putting a little bit of pressure here, but secret presence from Elise too. Going to be crunching in towards the ramp at some point. And depending on how far Elise can go, might be worth just full-on rushing ramp at some point. Never mind, missed Molly, doesn't flush out Tessa, has put the flashes on lethal, so caught with white screen nearly twice, going to push out through squeaky door. No one going to test him on the Deagle angle, but I don't think even Liquid know where they want to go. Testing the waters a little bit. No, Tessa's on the angle, misses a whole bunch of shots. Okay. Liege down under as well, in towards the vent. Finally comes alive on that lurk. Nucleon's up here in rafters. Gets one taken out. Marcy still with the Galil. Just about peeks out, takes out Shui from the round. 15 seconds left. Going to go back up towards the A bomb site. Nertz already calls it clear. Nico with a Deagle. Wrapping in through lobby instead. Marcy no way you can make it out through vent. Oh, Nico peeked on as well by the Nafly, so not standing a chance there. Marcy, do you really want to keep the Galil? Your entire team has saved and given you the chance to rebuy into the next round anyway with, albeit a more powerful rifle, so you kind of might as well at least set up for some exit kills. Perfect position over towards Secret, ready to farm people to come his way, but Liquid don't give him the challenge. So Liquid starting off their T-side campaign with a very nice 3-0 start. Muncie actually given the chance to buy him with the AWP as well. Somehow, I mean, if only my monitor's resolution was a little bit nicer. I can actually read what those numbers said, and yeah, you're being given the demo perfection. Crikey, the hand models are beautiful. Nico starting towards outside this time with the rifle in his hand to try and do his best against the Liquid aggro. He's out here making space, should be a full execute towards outside, hoping to get in towards Secret maybe. Honestly here long range to support with the AWP as well. Kicksan towards me. Should be perfect setup to deal with any aggression. Nico just tucked in this corner, waiting for anybody to overstay their welcome maybe, or just take them at a surprise timing with the back of a flash. Are they even considering this corner as being a possibility? I mean, Nuts on the end there. Just caught off and a lead manages to trade him out pretty quickly, but the aggression from Kicksan might find him low. Yes, it does. Still, Ultimate outside, eventually does get the trade, putting it down now to a 2v2. Ultimate getting picked off by the AWP though, leaves it down a naff. Into the clutch, full HP but no bomb, outside. And in the CT's possession, so Naf's position has to be considered. They didn't know it's a possibility. This Molly now gives it away. Muncie on the line, yep, quick to send him to the grave. So, first gun round. Falcons do coming there first. So it's absolutely crazy because with the firepower on Falcons, albeit slightly lower today, historically, and I mean for as long as I can remember, Falcons with this roster have been fairly atrocious at pistol rounds. I don't remember what event was their worst. I think it might have even been the Austin Major back in Stage 2 where they could barely even get a pistol round. It all just putting yourself at a deficit isn't amazing, of course, but just wondering if maybe later in the series we'll see themselves give themselves an early advantage. No, it isn't like it's a recurring theme at the moment in this series. You know, this is the first one back from the season. Nucleon's still here, but at least something to look out further into 2026 could be their pistol round success rate, hoping to gain up. Tess's under scrutiny, taken out by the NAF Mac 10 pretty quickly. Muncie still peeking into the site, still peeking through, managing to peek once again, clips the legs there. Finally he's dealt with after being given too much ground. Nucleon sniffing out Shuey. Nearly catches the head there. Nerds down under. Could catch a whiff. Could catch his head off. Nico now in with a rebuttal as well. Nerds towards bottom of sight. Has to fight on two fronts. Nucleons from above as well. Getting a double kill. And Falcons. Oh, sorry, we need to get on this. Yeah, okay. Okay, there we go. Nico with no kit as well. So could have been a close one there if he didn't get on it a bit earlier. Or a bit later, sorry. Yeah, a little bit too close for comfort, because whilst everybody is still flooding out onto the site, Muncie is still just peeking and re-peeking with that AWP, and somehow it still actually falls down, luckily for them, and gets saved. Just that aggression constantly keeping Liquid on their toes, and whilst it was a bit of a lower buy in that round with a hero, AK, and a couple of pistols, still do have to keep an eye out for it. Now, pistols once again. Tech 9s and Deagle. A bit of a half buy just so they can come in fully into the next. A couple of Deagles outside. Muncie does have to be careful. Could be caught by surprise. Nert's already on mini and nobody there to hear the audible, so he might be caught by surprise. Oh, Nico. Secret push. Uncontested and leash with Deagle. Can't do a whole lot to fight against him. So many smokes invested into the smoke wall outside. Yeah, nearly no utility left for Liquid, trying to execute with what little they do have on the A bomb site. Tessa's up in rafters, Muncie here. The duo combined should be holding their ground. Pistols out, ultimate with the Tech 9 does eventually get it, but now left in the clutch. AWP still okay. Now it's gone with the nade. Does shut him down just like that, and do they save the AWP? Yes, they do. Okay. All tied up fairly quickly. These last what 3 rounds gone by pretty damn quick. Liquid after losing the first full gun round. Half buying and half buying, just depleting their money pretty quickly. Miss Molly outside once again. Muncie looking for the fight still. Flicks onto a leash there. Doesn't hit the shot, and a leash still actually decides to repeat that. Smoke wall now going up. Muncie's going to decide to repeat this, but Nert's on this position. Is he going to be caught out? Muncie no does check him, and Nico with the spam through the smoke puts him down another player. So early man advantage gained. Shui Korean free mini. Has that been seen? Kicksan does he even know about this? I think Tessa is considering it. No, it's a possibility in Shui now. Yeah. Dead to rights. 2v5. I mean, now pushing out with double entry onto the site. Ultimate goes down the support, not allowed to reconnect with his teammate, but Naf now left on low HP in what appeared an ace clutch. Dare I say unlikely with the bomb not in his possession either. Going to take this time to try and save, probably towards the back of his spawn though. And with the low HP on Muncie and Nico, and with surprisingly low amount of money considering the 3 back-to-back rounds, aren't going to be going for this chase either. So Naffa get to save his AK, and then probably going to see a timeout from Flashy in this round. Going to maybe see what plan they can work with around the hero AK. Still be a difficult one, but Falcons now taking the lead, so pretty nice on the CT side of Nuke. Now, if we're lucky enough to go to a third map, if these two maps are taken one by one, if Falcons can take one and Liquid can take one, whether it be their own map or not, we might get to see an Anubis Decider just recently come into the map pool after kicking out Train after just, I think it was a year in the map pool total, albeit very different to its previous self. Anubis finally replacing it after not a lot of what was it, pug play, I think, was what Valve cited it as. So Anubis with, I think this match was actually done before the update, before they removed before they moved the hole from mid. So yeah, that was a Liquid timeout, and they're gonna half buy in this round. Yeah, so Anubis gonna be brought in later if we're lucky. Left as a decider, gonna be a weak point for both teams. Could be a bit of a mob fest. But in the meantime, we've got NAF to be set up for success on the Liquid attack. NAF, the lobby player, look out, he's actually pushing through the smoke. Nucleon's getting absolutely targeted. Doesn't want none of this. Now Monacy on the angle, quickly takes out NAF, but AK being brought into Shugi's hands instead. Oh, Jesus Christ, Monacy shooting through the wall, actually tags up Nerds with the AWP. Completely blind. Brought down instead. Two players on the lower bomb site already ready to defend. Gonna be a difficult one for Liquid. Only one AK to pass around anyway. Ahead of the play, Nucleons gets the first frag to tee it up. And Shuhei actually given an option to get out of top of ramp, but not given anything more. Elige pushing his luck into Tessa's crosshair. So nice and easy. That's 5-3. Falcons starting off on CT on Nuke. And this is where I hope Liquid can start picking up some rounds. At least making it a little more competitive. A little bit of money back in the deposit for Falcons, but if you can win this full gun round and perhaps even the next, then maybe Liquid do have a chance at tying this up at half time. Oh, that's embarrassing. Miss nade from Tesses. Early pressure towards the A side. Might call over a couple of rotates early. Yeah, Monacy is curious about it, but Nerds on Mini once again just picked off by the AWP. Liege on the smoke break. Takes out the IGL, so equaling man advantage pretty quickly. And getting down through Secret. Back of the smoke though. Tesses holding this A site well on his own. Elige, no way he pushes up through vent. Ballsy play, but yeah, not going to go for it. Instead, going to try his luck towards B bomb site instead. Now, they aren't considering this. Maybe they know that B has been potentially overrun, but they're just going to ignore it for now and focus on the A bomb site. Take a bit of a gamble that way instead. Yeah, Nucleon's in towards lobby. Could get caught in the side of the head. Catches the side of Optima. Wide swings on him. That's Nucleon's gone. Back down to a 3v3. Shui now winning the fight towards outside against the AWP. Giving Liquid a fighting chance. Ultimate as well, catching out another rifler. Tesses. A anchor left alone, and yeah, they know it's the A anchor, so you might as well just go B instead. Elige with an open sight, open plant, and does Tesses just say, giving a little bit of chase to this. Catches the edge of Elige. Information goes both ways, but I mean, it seems to be an impossible clutch. If Liquid play their cards right, should have Tesses dead to rights. Yeah, Crossfire as well. Crossfire set up. Elige nailing the head off of him. Not even allowed to fire a bullet. And a crucial gun round 1 for Liquid. Should be given a couple of opportunities to come back into this half anyway. Stay back into it. That 2-round lead very quickly diminishes. Yeah, first time out taken for Falcons as well. And still enough money to be full buying on this round anyway. Nucleons with lighter util, but rest of Falcons should be going all in on this. Still, Ultimate just about can't afford the AWP just yet, so not going to be blessed with an AWP head-to-head outside anytime soon. And potentially on the T side, might not get to see it at all. But a crucial gun round for either side. Elite outside is just an absolute nuisance, just running it down every time, gaining so much space, just so confidently. Miss Smoke maybe does get replenished, and what, 3 players going outside. Oh, is that Shui gone? No, just about escapes it. 3 players down secret so early into the round. At least still out here trying to press his luck, see what he can find, and Nucleon's now going to have to try and force the matter, or at least somebody has to hold this to make sure they can't gain any more ground on towards B. Bomb down here too. Nucleon's the prime layer of defense. Now executing out onto the B bomb site. It's only the stand-in here, and they know they're going to be going into a stand-in who might not be adjusted to how the Falcons play or just how to play at tier 1, and Nurse is going to send him to hell. Naf on the lurk outside as well. Pretty much seals the deal. 3v5 retake of the B bomb site. Not going to happen on Nuke. Not even a chance, so Falcons know it. Going to very quickly pivot into the save, and so we should be all tied up. 5-5, and I mean, there's so many players on such low HP. Half health for Napoli, Shui down to a quarter of it. Everyone's saying alive. 5 alive. I mean, Ultimate can get out the AWP if he wants, by all means. We'll be throwing away an AK, so unlikely to see it this half for him. Under scrutiny a lot recently. I mean, I'm not sure if the interviews on this timeline, because this demo is from a little while ago. I mean, right now we've got I Am Krakow on, and I'm still back in the Blast Bounty days. So there's the Ultimate Donkey or Genius interview. Seems to be doing alright in this match at least. Manassi missed shot onto Naf actually. Nucleon's here, kind of baited for. Might hope Naf overextends this, but no. Veteran will fall back for a second, regroup, and 4 players towards ramp. Elige outside making his way towards secret. Should be a B crunch once again. Still, AWP and Nucleon's on the line. Nucleon's goes down, but AWP actually isn't going to re-peek it. Instead, going to rotate early. Kicksan down the B bomb site already. Is he going to go overlooked? Yeah, Nurse not even going to check his corners, not going to check his position. Shuhei very weak as well, but Elige cutting off the rotates. Full outside control pretty much every time for the Bald Eagle. Nico and Tess says, you can kind of, I can see it in their eyes already. They don't want to go for this. Unless Liquid hand over a couple of freebies to them, I don't think they're going to be going for this retake anytime soon. Tess says, smoke and a kit. Could go for very late defuse, but no, they're just retreating. I want to save the AKs for the next round anyway with a very weak economy. So Liquid have brought themselves back into this. After losing, what was it, 5 straight. Have brought themselves back into this match. Guaranteed save for pretty much every player. I mean, Shuei might go down to the bomb. Just about keeps it on the edge. 6 HP. But that is at the minimum an equalised T side for Liquid. So very good numbers on the board. A couple of save guns for Falcons. Still keeps it competitive enough. Kixan on the auto shotty. Nuked onto the Famous. Probably going to see him towards Hut. Could be very impactful if the dude decides to go on the top side. Have seen B with very little resistance a couple of times in a row, so could keep punishing. But no, they're setting up for a top site execute, going straight into the auto shotgun. Kixan on the angle. Surely he's going to be mollied off of this position in just a moment. Impending doom. You've got him right there. The jaws of the A-bomb site. As they hear it go through now, dodging the flash, gets the first one and the second, lining up the third. Auto shotgun on its prow. Liquid down to only Shuei, and a perfect time for a topside execute with the auto shotgun in his hands. What best timing? You know, it is a 1v5, but it's also the last round, so Shuei, you kind of got to give it a try at the minimum. I mean, as hard as you might try, this round doesn't exactly have your name on it. Yeah, what can you do in this scenario? Do you really want to push into the auto shotgun still? I mean, Kixan's here actually beats out the fight, but even spamming through the wall, they hit a couple of the shots. Pushing into the molly, Munacy puts him dead to right, so we're all tied up at the half. 6-6. And so Liquid with a pretty good T-side campaign, I would say. Now switching over towards the CT side, should be given a little bit of a blessing in that. 3 sets of dualies being brought up, but a lot of utility on the other side for Falcons. So with this utility probably going to be top site exec. Yeah, kicks out with the molly in his hands, rushing out quickly onto the top site. 4 players here and ready with the dualies, though Elige farming them up. Back site as well with a double. Ultimate Rafters does go down, but Elige here with the bugged out view model. Plenty of bullets to go around. Kixan, not a chance. The dualies mop the round up. Elige with a triple. Nets Liquid, both pistol rounds on this map, might I just add. And so Falcons' troubles with pistol rounds continues. However, they are going to go in for a force buy once again. 5 sets of Tech 9s. A lot of Kevlar and a lot of util. Still, should be careful, Liquid. Elige with a rifle should be able to put it to good use outside, but instead of an A side rush, it's going to be a B side rush in towards Naf with the SMG, and Ultimate with the rifle doesn't find anything. Naf on low HP and lots of ground being taken very quickly. Nerds does not want to push this any further with the smoke out there. Munacy going to be able to plant quite nicely. But how do you retake this now? You kind of need some heroics from somebody. Have to crunch this over, but Falcons aren't giving them anything. 3 players huddled in towards breaker room, and they're just saving. They're not even going for this. They're not even trying. Not even gonna give a look in. Not gonna peek out, and Falcons win out the force buy. Are you kidding me? I mean, they're lucky that they've got this many players alive, this many guns to save. But I feel like you should give it a bit more of a look in. Come on, you lost 1 player. You might be able to take out Munacy with the Mac 10. No, yeah. Damages him and the bomb does the rest. But still. Still giving over a round almost for free. Ultimate in economic jail too. He's going to be able to... What? Is he going to full buy with this? Kevlar and a dropped scout. I mean, even if Ultimate had 1 kill when they pushed out onto ramp, that would have potentially been the round winner for Liquid. Or at least not the round winner, but at least catalyzing the rest of the rounds and the rest of the kills to flow. Going to be another A site exec. Falcons lining up for it. Only 2 players to defend. Shui and Nertz here on the angle, but with quick rotates should be able to find this. I mean, Nertz trying to play ahead of this maybe. Playing ahead of any util. Shui on the line with the MP9. One and traded out. Nertz on the other hand, still here, picks up an AK and gets a double, spinning around with the spray transfer. Munsey here, Elige on the flank very early, and that's another round going Liquid's way. This is stupid. 2 AKs picked up there as well. All of that util being, I mean, just Nertz is just ratting, hiding in front next to Squeaky Door, just standing in front of it. Standing in front of all the util being lobbed his way and managing to farm up. I think it was 3 in the round. Back and forth so far, but Falcons with Hero AK on Munsey and pistols on the rest, but can't discount the Deagle on Nico. Lee's very quick. He's going to push through Secret and should be able to catch 2 players off guard unless Munsey with the rifle is going to be holding this. Oh, just swiped out Nucleons from the round. Takes 1 and it's going to leave that alone. Securing man advantage at least. Blocking out the stand-in for now. Oh, Nico slipped the net. He's going to catch ultimate with his back turned. Yeah, free frag, just seeing if he can catch up anymore. Oh, no way. He's going to go for the knife. He's going to go for the knife. Plenty of money on the line. Stabs him in the back. Devastating. That's a gun for him as well. Actually gives him a chance. Shui manages to trade him out. So, at least the M4's in a bit of an unreclaimable position. And yeah, just Tony with Munsey outside. Tessa spotted out 2. Double swing. Kicks hand left. Nails that headshot at least. Outside, does Shui even want to peek this? Bombs in his possession, and now an AK-2. Gonna go in through heaven and be able to push onto the site. Still has a full bar of HP, don't get that wrong. Still has a chance. Couple of pieces of util. Elige backside with low HP, but when Kickstand gets down, it's just gonna have to, yeah, it's just gonna force bomb. Yeah, Elige. Oh, never mind. Shui absolutely silences him, and a triple from the IGL in the round, but that'll be a timeout, I believe. Maybe. No, it won't be. So, Liquid once again with 3 fairly early rounds to their name, and Falcons still having to play catch-up. Still, Nico with plenty of money from that knife. From the knife kill, gives himself a Deagle and some Kevlar. So at least has a fighting chance in this round. I say a fighting chance. He might get 2 if he's an absolute god. He might. Albeit it is very unlikely that'll sway the way. Oh my god, he's done it. He's done it. He's got a leash. He's done it. Why do I say this? Stupid game. So that's a leash plucked out for the round from thin air. Nap's got his back turned. Tessa's been given a freebie as well. Don't do this, Liquid. Don't do it. Just need a spray down from somebody here. Just need a spray down and it saves the round. Please. Okay. Ultimate gets Tessa's. Clears out lobby entirely. So Falcon's going to go back in through lobby. But I mean, this might be false info for Ultimate thinking they've gone down through B. Diligently clearing corners as well. Ultimate going to be under scrutiny with the MP7. We're going to spot out. Gets the fraggle to Nucleons, but Munsey comes through and picks up the gun. Now going to go through towards ramp, tries luck instead. Nurse on the line with the M4. Come on, just need to spread them down. Shadow advantage, double spray down, and the bomb perfect. Finally, what was a close round for Liquid. That's it. There we go. Nuts with a triple, saves it after a 5v3 that shouldn't have happened. I mean, a great shot onto a leash from Nico, but Naf not clearing his corners as well when Tessa is still alive. It's a risky play. And nearly could have been the best eco on Nuke in a while. So, but no, they've cleared it all up. Now this is Falcons taking their penultimate timeout. Liquid hitting double digits as well. So with this first full gun round of the second half should be a good test of what Falcons can at least bring to the table on their T side. Alt for ultimate. Should be able to have free reign of outside alongside a leash. Yeah, pushing up in front of red box as well. Misses that shot. Now out in the open. Nade just misses the mark. But now his support's been quiet as well. The spam through the smoke from Munacy just completely catches him out in the open. And with that, that's a 3v5 set in stone pretty early. Nurt's going to try his luck outside, but Nico, nope, just falls away at the right time. So yeah, after having this massive amount of damage outside, Falcon's going to put that to rest and try somewhere else. Should be on secret. Going to be able to push out, and he's going to see that no one's home. So, can probably assume that going back in, just as the A site fake hits the ground. I mean, no, it's outside is clear, but okay, never mind. Munacy is still here on the out, just on that cubby. Gets one and then traded out, but still 2v4 seems impossible. I think Liquid might already be thinking about the save. Yeah, Naf in this position, what he's not. If I had the player cams right now, he'd probably be just like twiddling his thumbs. That's not a position expecting a duel. That's such. Yeah, you hear the bomb going down now as well. Round's 100% over. So the double opener towards mid, the 2 kills going their way. Nurse gets to pick up an AWP, but those 2 frags guarantees Falcons the round pretty damn early. Nico with the opener, and if Ultimate had hit the shot, hit the flick, it might have been a different story. But at that point, you got 3 players staring you down. They all know exactly your position. You're lucky the nade doesn't put you out of the round even earlier, but still, an impossible situation to get out of. So that butterfly effect nets Falcons the first full gun round, and like I said earlier, you got the pistol round, which is won by Liquid. Great, Falcons can't win a pistol round and save their lives, and then they'll lose three in a row, and then Falcons will get the follow-up gun round. You know, that's where Falcons thrive, and it almost seems like this roster is tailored to those gun rounds, tailored to those times that Munacy can get an AWP in his hands, and there can be AKs across the board where these riflers can exalt their max output. Kick's going to send the hut molly, at least going to keep the A players focused on this, but nothing but fake. Just expelling a little bit more util for both sides. Kicksan spotting out a Liege, eventually gets the headshot, and has the opener for him. Teed up as well, Liege going down pretty early. Nucleon's down from secret. Already finding a lot of space, and no CT is down on the B site already. Tess says, there's 2 players here, just in front of Squeaky Door. Could he catch them on the edge? They aren't going to push this. They're going to wait and play for the smoke fade. So best case scenario, Tess gets 1. Yeah. Nert's quick to trade him out, but at least with that lobby information, I mean, great, you know that the B site is being attacked, but what are you gonna do about it? There's not there's not a whole lot you can do. So Nert's and Ultimate crafting themselves an exit route. Yeah, regrouping with NAF as well. Liquid know they haven't got a whole lot to do left in the round. So with an AWP and 2 AKs recovered, still plenty of guns to work with into the next, but still slowly but surely Falcons just creeping up the round total. So yeah, another full gun round won by the Falcons. Should be, yeah, 4 alive, so perfect. Munacy should, I wouldn't be surprised if we dropped the AK over to Tessez and instead got himself an AWP. But no, he is not. Final timeout taken, no, sorry, penultimate timeout taken for Liquid 2, so just creeping up these rounds slowly but surely. 10-9 for Liquid, still having the lead just by a slight edge at the moment. But well, you've got 3 rifles saved, so do you want to invest on the back of it? Do you want to at least have something in his bag? No. So the pistol's going to be fully ecoing this round, except Shuei's got a little bit of excess money, so he can afford 2 flashes. But other than that, the next round, if Falcons win this, when it's all tied up, should be a deciding factor of this map. Nico quickly going towards ramp, pretty much sprinting, and there's no one here to hold it. Ramp is completely open for the taking. Naf's gone towards Secret instead, and literally, I think this is the first time he's done this. But because he's the man with the AK in his hands, because he's one of the 3 players with the rifle, best man for the job, he's going all the way through Secret, and Ramp is completely overtaken. Completely gone. Ultimate's here with the AWP, loosely holding, now peeking into the angle. Probably going to be able to catch Tessez. No, misses the shot, and they both peek at the same time. Ultimate gets flattened. I mean, Elige picks up the AWP, but talking about a great North American rifler, but not AWPer. 2 players down here, Nert and Naf, both with AKs, ready to press the matter, ready to defend this B bomb site. Great shot, straight, but on the spam, they break the smoke, and bullets come flying through it blind, and connect to both the heads. That is insane. So Elige now what? Great, he gets to save the AWP. Oh my god. That is insane. From Munacy and Kicksan combined, getting all 4 frags. So Tessez is the bait in that scenario. He might be out in the open, but very quickly trade onto both players. I thought genuinely Naf and Nurse have that site potentially on lockdown. Now Elige's position is noted. Back way in, press towards T-spawn. Are they going to push this? I think Nico wants to, but this is almost an unwinnable fight against an AWP at this long range. So, isn't going to, but now this will be a full buy. Handing over the AWP towards Ultimate, getting an M4 in return. So, M4s across the board and full belts of util to work with. Falcons, on the other hand, they got the same. They've got the same, so should be a deciding factor. If Falcons can win this one out, they should find themselves on match point fairly quickly. Might be going quick into the A bomb site, or unless it's just fake util. Ultimate whiffs the shot outside. Had the head of Nucleons on a silver platter, but doesn't hit the flick. Instead, going to try out ramp. I mean, Naf smoke is well timed, so it's going to hold them back for a little bit longer. But flash coming out, Naf under scrutiny, catches Nico in the open with his nade in his hands. Very well-timed peek, and now having a little bit of help out for him. Ultimate on the line, whiffs another shot. Jesus Christ. Alige here, ready to mop up the frags, trade them both out. So, well played by him. I mean, Naf doing great to find two. Shui just missing the timing on the kicks and push, but he's just pushing out. Considered it for a moment, but Shui tucks at the right time. Nucleon's left in the 1v3 clutch. Gotta be difficult for the stand-in. Well, Shui was last in towards Asia, so... Oh, God. First frag out. Nearly gets the second one onto a Liege, but Nertz from behind as well seals his fate. So, a very important round for Liquid to win. So, whilst it does feel like Liquid are on the back foot, it always feels like Falcons are always one step ahead. When it comes to a crucial round, Liquid are good at winning it. The pistol round, that previous round, and a couple of the deciding ones in the first half as well. So Liquid, when they need to post up the rounds, are very good at doing it. Could get themselves match point on this if they're... Not if they're lucky, if they play their cards right. Manasi on the boost up, flash through though. Full blind for a moment, doesn't allow him to peek earlier, but fights aren't going to be given to him outside. Ultimate's not on his finest form. So he's gonna try the battle of the orbs outside just yet. I mean, now smoke breaking a lot of spams through. So Falcons are hearing this. They're hearing a lot of bullets come raining through, plus the orb shot. Nertz in through secret though. Manasi's holding this position. No, just misses it. Just misses the mark, and Nertz actually gets away, but Tessez already down through vent. Nertz not ready for it, and that's the B bomb site. Should be his. 3 players coming through towards ramp. No, they're calling off the save already. Come on, at least give it a looking, guys. I mean, it's going to have to be a masterclass from Shui now. I mean, Nucleons has got him on 18 HP, but yeah. No, Nate doesn't seal his fate, but the bullets do. Now in a 3v5, they're going for it instead now. They've actually changed their minds. Tessa's now on this awkward angle, shot out by a Liege. 2v3. There's a chance in this. Bomb's gone straight back up towards A. And now a well-timed peek from Kixan could put them both dead. Ultimate with the crouch peek as well. They've brought it down to a 2v2. Manasi on the angle, one in the grave, a Liege with a very difficult clutch. Manasi doesn't get that one as well, but regrouping with Nico. Doesn't need to give him any fights. Can just play a bit of time instead. Yeah, Liege, sinking feeling. No jewel's going to be given to him, so going to have to save this instead. And Liquid, like I said, they did seem like they wanted to save. They were looking for the out option the moment the B site falls, but as soon as that bomb has been planted, it wasn't planted straight away. So instead, they do actually give it a look at it. Nearly wins them the round. Thank the Lord they actually changed their minds. Whilst it didn't come to fruition this time, it was a round that you can't just write off every round in a 5v4. It shouldn't be how the game goes, but unfortunately it does. And Liquid on the back of the loss are dirt poor. Instead, going to be playing for. I mean, it's a respectful decision. They're playing for overtime instead of having a very weak bye now. Nertz on the line. Manasi is an absolute god. He's an absolute god. It just nails him in the face on the boost, on the headshot angle boost. Complete taking out of the round. I mean, that was the only M4 in the round. Given over to Naf instead, but still, that's insane. Almost ready for the angle. I mean, Nucleons gets down through secret very early on. Just down here, causing a little bit more havoc. Throwing a bit of randomness into the round. Means Naf has to at least watch his back a little bit as well. Gonna cut the rotates off instead. Just give him a lot of room, to be fair. I think Falcons want to go and just push out onto A instead. Not gonna be lining up any util, I don't think. So just gonna be playing contact out here, but nobody's here to even watch them just walk out. So that's an A bomb site for free. And whilst Liquid do have a man disadvantage, it's fair enough to stack in this scenario where you've only got an M4 and 2 Deagles, but that is just an unlucky gamble. Falcons now pretty much guaranteed match point. No kits on the board as well. I mean, you might have Shui and Ultimate, search for some exits, but unwinnable round. So Falcons on Liquid's match pick, should I say. Should be taking match point themselves. Oh, Manassi killed on the edge of the vent, so a little bit of something. Yeah, Ultimate's going to be sent to the grave too, so Naf gets to save the M4 for the final round of regulation. Commendable for Liquid for pushing them all the way as well. Fair enough. With Nucleons to stand in though, although I do keep on framing this as the standard. Nucleons is literally a 1-for-1 plug and place for Kyosuke. Literally all the positions are the exact same. So whilst I can say this, you know, whilst he might not be ready for the calls that Falcons might do, might be different to his academy team, and the players that surround him are different. As is what is his second LAN, I think. First LAN. If you exclude those factors, this should be where he shines. I know he played in the Red Bull giveaway, whatever you want to call it, where he came, what, second to last? But it did perform well in the tournament. I can't remember if it was a LAN or an online event, but on HLTV against some fairly good teams, a lot of academy teams, you know, at least showing what it's worth in that regard. Still, fairly good KD, at least doing well on Nuked. Liquid now in with the full buy, ready to try and force their hand at overtime, or Falcons can they close it out here? At least flash outside, doesn't see anything for now, but two players on tight angles means they still do have cover for what goes on. Smoke will being brought up now, and Elige ready to break it. Not going to catch anybody just yet. Oh, just spams through the smoke, finds out Nucleons. That's such a dirty kill to get. Such a dirty opener to be given. Now Nico outside should be given the opportunity to just waltz right over onto Secret. Smoke wall's up, but he's not even bouncing. He's not going. Tessa's instead just going to walk out onto ramp. Ultimate just lays in the face every time. Naf always catches them with their guns out. Ultimate catches nobody. Why is this game? This game is not for him. Just such incredibly irritating deaths for him. Frustrating as well. That's such a scoreline. Still, man advantage for Liquid. 4v3. Nico going to push ahead of the smoke. Shuhei's got him dead to rights. That's a bomb planted perfectly in front of him as well. Kicks on flying. Doesn't hit the shots. Managed only with a deagle as well. It goes to overtime indeed. Liquid do push us all the way. And Falcons T side does actually work fairly well. What was it? 6 on either. 6 for everybody across all halves. So competitive enough. But this is where Falcons are at their deadliest. Like I said, pistol rounds are a blessing, of course, for Liquid. But Falcons on a full gun round, and that's all you get in overtime. That's where the money's at for the Falcons. That's where this roster should do their absolute best work. Nothing too quick, nothing too flashy for Falcons. Taking this one a bit slower. Same for Liquid. First round of overtime. I mean, Shui's pushed up in towards Hart. Going to catch Kickzang crouching into the line. Going to accelerate on the back of it. Nurse gets one through the smoke. And Ultimate jumping down. Full blind sees nothing for an absolute decade, it feels like. Now 2 players left for Liquid. Naf up in the rafters. One and done. But Nert's now in the clutch against Nucleons. Nucleons now has the bomb. Going down. I mean, he's not quiet about it. Going down into vents. Going to get that bomb down with certainty. Now, does have the HP advantage on towards Nertz as well. 100 versus 38. And he has an HE in his back pocket too. So no, it's a difficult one. A difficult one to clutch up. No kit as well. If he wants to go for this at all, gonna have to be quick, and now he knows his position. Nert's dead as hell. Nucleons catch out. I mean, to be fair, Nert's dinked him. Gushed nearly all of his health, but the stand-in posts up. Oh, one of his first HLTV clutches. Beautiful stuff. First clutch with the main team too. On LAN. In front of, albeit a small crowd, but a crowd nonetheless. So Falcons' first round of overtime netted towards them. Yeah, Monacy was thinking about it. He's got the AWP in his possession now. Wasn't seen a lot on his T side before, so now we get the... Oh Christ, both Nucleons and Ultimate do miss their shots on the back of what seemed like a failed flash from the CTs. Oh, very awkward timing on the smoke. Nearly kills Ultimate again. Nucleon's on this angle, lining up the smoke, and the molly there for now does keep Liege at bay for the moment, but anybody that does want to go in towards Secret should be dying pretty soon. Difficult angle to clear as well. On towards a Liege, so the opener should be teed up for him. Yeah, Nucleons isn't even considering this. Not even thinking about it a little bit. If Liege peeks out now, he's got Nucleons dead to rights. Oh, just on the cusp. Just edging it through. No, Nucleon's going to back away from the fight. Instead, Falcons want to test the A-bomb site. 3 players here and ready to hold it. Do have to be careful though. Going to be lining up the nades now. Sending it through. Ultimate playing anti-flash. Oh, Monacy hitting some Nucleons as well. Bit of team damage in the mix, and Ultimate just flashed off the angle as well. Still nothing. Naf here as well. Posts up 1. Kicks out into the clutch against the Liege. Both players with 2. Forces to the plant. Liege now round the side. Footsteps heard out on both sides. Who's going to peek first? Liege trying to get the pixel angle, but kicks out and wins it out. Gets the triple. 14 for the Falcons. Liquid probably going to be taking a timeout now as well. Oh my god, I'm calling these on fire. Still, there's plenty of money. I mean, Ultimate is quite poor to be fair, but Nafa's got surely enough money left for him. Yeah, just about scraping together the AWP. Double AWP setup. Naf and Ultimate. No, surely. Okay, he refunds it. He got me excited there for a second. I thought we were going to get this veteran Naf back in fashion. Oh, these view models are bugging me out. They're irritating me. I don't know what's going on with this one. Still, these full gun rounds are punishing for Liquid. That is for sure. Falcons already done pretty well on their T side, ready to be transferred over to the CT side next with a lead in OT. Should be a blessing for them. Now, Ultimate's on the angle, and they might be pushing through. I mean, they're thinking about it. Pushing over towards ramp. Yeah, Tessez wants to. This is the bomb here. 3 players. Ultimate's going to have to go nuclear. They're thinking about it. They're really thinking about it. Nucleon's outside, at least just making some noise. Keeping them interested. No way, he's just going to push the smoke. Naf finds him on the edge of it. Ultimate gets the first one, dips away. Has the chance. Brings it to a 5v3 already, so give them the advantage. And that's Nert's tucked into the lobby as well, so plenty of space gained. Wrapping around towards heaven. Naf is on the angle. Naf's on the angle, but Oh, Nico wins out the duel. So now given an option to split in towards Heaven, Kixan here might be dead to the Nert's Peak if he's not careful. Just about slips away. Instead going to push towards ramp instead. So they had the option of going Heaven, but instead going to fake it out and go towards ramp. But Ultimate is here. And Nert's on the flank. Kixan's fate has been sealed, but Ultimate hasn't had a good game so far. Can he make up for it? Yes, he can. One shot there. Tessa's now in an unwinnable clutch. Lige will put an end to that. Switching over sides. Falcons do have the lead. And Liquid about to start their T side themselves. Falcons only one round away from match point once again, but Falcons just pushing really hard to keep themselves in it. Of course, technical timeout, but pushing out all of this now. Munacy with the first opener. Beautiful one. Oh, and Nuts just completely overlooks the angle. Doesn't even think that he's there by Blue Box. Peppering through the smoke as well. 5v3 for Falcons so early into the round. Lige outside trying to make up, trying to cut the losses, but just about gets over to Secret with his life. I mean, Munacy's had a thriller of a game so far. 25 and 18. Could break 30 frags by the end of this overtime if he's really pushing for it, but still incredible stuff from him. 5v3. Mullying out Kixan, but nobody going to push on the back of it. So, oh my god, Naff absolutely sidelines Kixan. Shoots him in the side of the face. A great peek, but Tessa's still here. Still holding onto the A site, and Nico's pushing up into lobby 2. Slowly but surely pincering them. Nucleon's outside wins the fight as well. So that's... Well, sorry, at Heaven wins that duel. So that's the A-bomb site going down 2. 2v4, and you have no map control. You have lobby. That's absolutely it. You have to push into somebody. Who do you want to push into? Nucleons and Tesses? I mean, you don't know if this is a stack even. Nucleon sees both of them on the angle as well. Quick rotates coming over. Tesses peeking on the angle. Tesses with a double. Seals the deal. That's match point for Falcons. Liquid now left here in the dirt. Don't have a timeout they can pull to talk about how their map pick's about to end, but Ultimate on the AWP. It's been far from lights out from him. On the AWPer. Nuke is a difficult map to AWP on, but this is pretty atrocious. And these view models are insane. Yeah, he's making the AWP presence known. Spamming through the smoke. Whizzes by Nico's face. Oh, wins the fight. Well, it doesn't even win the fight. What fight is there to have? He just spams through the smoke. Actually finds the opener there. Jesus Christ. Doing better blind than with vision. But nonetheless, an opener is an opener. And that's Nico, the outside player. So Lige is taking this time to go and accelerate towards outside himself, or at least give it a look in. Couple smokes out here, at least faking some presence. Double smoke, one onto Mini, one onto Hell, but instead Shui's just going to walk out of Mini. Tessa's here, holding his ground. Back into a 3v3, going to regroup play for the retake. Bomb quite easily goes down. Lukeon's going to flash Tessa's through onto the A-bomb site. Depends on what Tessa's can find, how this round shall end. Full blind, but no, Lige peeking at the perfect time. Might as well go for this, plenty of money for it. Munacy on the AWP. Seeing what he can find, but needs Nucleons to pincer at the same time. Still, no fights being given to them. Bomb's almost too far gone. This round should be out of contention already. Liquid do survive another day, and Shuhei somehow hasn't died there. Nucleons just about Gets murked by Liege at that time, picking up the AWP as well, so Liquid do have a fighting chance to take us to another overtime. Falcons taking their only and final time out of this OT at least. An absolute blessing of a round from Ultimates. Slightly, just a slightly lucky shot through the smoke on a Nico. Can he replicate it though? I mean, do you want to peek again? You can probably guess that they've saved the AWP through, and even if they haven't saved it, you can guarantee that they have enough money to buy it, which is exactly the case. Now, how do you want to play this out, Falcons? On the CT side, should just be a putt-in. Oh, Liquid are going for an A execute instead this time. Elise rushing out so early. Muncie with the cover. And Tessa's backside pushing it. It's a crumble. All at once. 2v4 now. Liquid just fall like flies. Nert's keeping the round open by pushing through ramp instead. But Ultimate here is an absolute dead man. Hold on a sec. Nertz has the round in the palm of his hands. Nucleon's up here. Could be the deciding factor, but Nertz, he's now heard him outside as well. Nucleon doesn't even need to press the matter. They know that Nertz is outside. Is now wrapping through Mini. But Ultimate here, a difficult position. They are watching Nertz's angle as well, so they should just be locked down. If they play the trade game right, it should be over. Falcons should have this in the palm of their hands. Yeah, Muncie on the AWP line, holding fellow AWPer and Ultimate. Kicks and ready to take the angle too. Just gets off the angle. Nertz actually gets the entry onto site. Instead, Muncie backside here. Nucleons takes the frag out, and Muncie will close it. Falcons take Liquid's map pick of Nuke all the way. Very well fought from OT, but still they take it on to Dust 2. We go. Alright, after a great game for what was Nuke, can it be replicated on Dust 2? And can Liquid keep themselves in the fight for a third map? Because quite frankly, I want to see Anubis. I want to see how it's going to be played by both these teams, who, when it was in the pool, weren't exactly incredible at it either. Not like an Aurora level, who pretty much based their entire map pool, every single match around it. Whoa, Nertz is getting some bangers towards mid. Oh, Muncie 2 opening up through the long doors on the back of a very well placed kicks and flash. Still player towards car, overlooked briefly, considered, but Elite picking out on the back of a flash of their own. Still the team up. Brilliant stuff. Kicks and nailed just in the open. Nertz with another lightning headshot. Nucleon's alone 1v4. Impending flank as well, so his exit is being covered. Guaranteed. Nertz as well. Jesus Christ, Nertz. Incredible pistol round from him, and once again, Falcons full flat, don't get a chance on the pistol. But like I was saying, Anubis was the home ground of a team like Aurora, but Liquid and Falcons weren't incredible at it. So, seeing how it will translate over to these lineups, which I think has remained the same for Liquid, but of course with Nucleons and what would have been Kyosuke coming into this tournament if he were still here, is still a questionable map to pick. Oh, perfect. Great smoke break. Perfect from Elise 2, just mopping them up on short. Only a light investment into the round. Falcons with no bomb plant couldn't justify it. Oh, peeking out. Glock here. Nailed. I mean, dink onto Elise. Gotta give him that, but nothing else to work with. 5 alive. Clean sweep. Pistol round and conversion over before it even starts, it feels like. Jesus. I mean, now very quickly, we're going into the Falcons full buy. or at least full gun round, with ultimate still dedicated to a scout and a couple of Famises on in the mix. But Liege on short shows you how it's done with the M4 at least. Still, Orpa's Paradise, which ultimate on the previous map didn't very much fill me with confidence, whereas a Monacy could be particularly lethal. Yeah, forget the Orp entirely. Monacy is just the best player ever. Just full up, running up mid, and Monacy just stops them dead in their tracks. Oh, well-timed run away from Nucleons, though, does preempt the Shui nade. Now Liquid taking a gamble sack towards long. 3 players here. Ultimate holding a bit of short and CT at the same time. Or mid doors, should I say. Shui's going to be flashed through this, so going to get the info that nobody's home. Monacy's on the line. It's going to stop him in his tracks if he goes any further than this, but visible barrier now cut down. Nobody's holding it now, and as they slowly make their way up mid, Shui's going to start flanking, so going to be an impending pressure on the back of them. Gonna peek out. Shui's gonna have so many backs turned to him. Gonna catch out Tessez lining up util. Quickly takes a frag. Doesn't go for the trigger discipline. Doesn't peek any further than he needs as well. Liege peeks further as well. And Shui flank taken out at the same time. So very quickly, Team Liquid stopped right there and then. Naf on the edge of this lurk smoke should be good for one. Good for one indeed. Kills Nico up top as well. Kicks and finally the spam through the smoke will connect. Ultimate now here. Monacy straight to the skull. K-47 bullet puts him down. And Monacy with a triple in the round. With Shui's flank, it does get interesting there, but if he'd have played Trigger Discipline, then he might have been able to get a second one, but only with a FAMAS doesn't instantly kill with a headshot is a risky game to play, so he was happy with his first, and still, you might have lost the round. It was kind of a bonus using the guns from the Force Buy, and now with a full set of M4s on the horizon and a full set of AKs for Falcons, should be an interesting round to start off with. Shui wants to do the same thing again. Tesso's needed out of position. Sees the Shuhei push through, and Nucleon's just sending it through the doors. Nice opener, taking out the IGL early. Now Liege left to his own devices on long. Falcons look like they want to punish this. Waiting for the smoke to fade to push any further into Liege's grasp. Monacy's just got mid-ult himself at the moment, so at least letting out a bit of util, faking out some presence. Liege on this angle is going to be cleared by Tessez. Great flash, but ultimate on the edge of the smoke. Gets one, gets done. So, now you got Nerds. Last remaining play on A site. Self-flash actually ahead of it and sees nobody with the smoke in front of him. Naf gets a blinder towards B, so you kind of feeling like you have to go A at this point. There's a maximum of one player there, and that one player is now absolutely dead. So Naf, the last man alive, is left on B, and that is a guaranteed round for Falcons. So let's see what Naf can save. Going to be going in towards Monacy, who does want to take this gun out of the round. Going to be given a chance as he tries to run away. Yup. Straight to the back of the skull, and with 2 back-to-back gun rounds, of course, as you've predicted, Falcons have 2 gun round wins. And now this is quite an early timeout taken by Flashy. I mean, you've got your team have just been absolutely decimated pretty much twice in a row. And Tessez opting for the Mac 10 as well, so we might see a good call out of the Falcons too. Where's Tessez playing? Tessez got the B spawn, so we might just see a B rush coming out. Bomb in his hands as well. If he refunds it and decides to sell back for the AK, might just be playing the trade-off of Tessez. So, wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But with 5 USPSs, Liquid not investing into anything could see a stack towards one site. If they stack towards B, it's going to be an all-out brawl. Yeah, 3 players looking to go fast towards B. knowing that it's going to be an eco. Four players on short. Liquid, literally no other presence on the map. A BXQ right now would mean the round's completely over. I mean, I don't want to give any kind of premise over the pistols, but the pistols are still a gun. You know, the round could happen. It could. It's very unlikely. It's very unlikely, but it could. Yeah, lining up all the utils, just going to be a full exec onto the B bomb site. Liquid far removed from the round, not a chance. Tesses with the Mac 10 out, eats a couple flashes of his own, but so much util to the B bomb site, and Liquid, what, gonna maybe hope for some exits if they crawl back through T spawn. Yeah, so much util, there's not a way in hell that this bomb doesn't go off. So it's a guaranteed round for Falcons, just how many guns can you keep going? Tesses is hearing all these people as well, so yeah, Mac 10 can at least farm up one, and he's going to give the little warning over to his teammates too. Far range, Jesus. At least back of this T-spawn car. I mean, when you think of car and Dusty, you think of the one over by Long, not the one to the back of T-spawn. I mean, that area of the map gets such little action pretty much every day, so not often talked about as car as the call out. Naf was the only player alive. I mean, he didn't save anything, just keeping his KD ratio nice and clean. But there were 5 alive for Falcons, so a little bit of excess money injected into the system. Kixan taking over the Mac 10 responsibilities in front of Tesses as well. So with Nico going at lower tunnels, might just be a default round once again. Oh, okay, ultimate on the orb does hit the shot this time. Trying to redeem himself for what was a lackluster nuke. Finds the open onto Kixan, albeit only a Mac 10 lost in the process. And a little bit of util gone down the drain, so still would have liked to have kept Kixan in the round. You see 2 players towards B. Liquid feeling confident for the moment, not playing mid. Playing the sights, an ultimate on this line over towards long doors. Isn't going to be tested just yet. Still, Falcons aren't certain on what they want to do. Going to see if there's any more fights that are going to be given to them rather than prodding through it. Liquid have got nearly no util left. They've got, what is it, a smoke and 2 mollies. The flash on the back of a leash sets him up, but not capitalized on, and that smoke might be difficult. Munacy at least kills Liege on the edge of the smoke, but that smoke tells them they're going to be crunching through tunnels instead, probably. Puts a little bit of pressure on Nertz, who has to consider the possibility, but instead they're going to go through short into the ultimate line. Come on, ultimate. Can you redeem yourself? Oh, missed shot right there and then. Munacy jumping out, a hard one to hit. And murdered in the back of the skull. Shui at least trades him out, but with 2 Liquid players far removed from the situation, it's going to be a difficult one to retake into. Both going to be rerouting from CT. Nucleon's on the line, needs a teammate to be holding this for him. Swung at the same time. Nertz actually wins it out. Hold on a sec, Liquid. You can't find this. Surely not. Tessa's left in the clutch. 1v3. Finds them all. Oh my goodness. That setup should not have worked. Oh my god. Tessa's the god. Oh my god. I really thought with Nucleons out in the open like that, he was going to be taken out. Of course he was, but it was the 1v1 duel onto each other. Nertz probably saw the shadow and just killed him. But the fact that Tessa's actually manages to get the final 3 there is massive. Oh, Munacy tags Naf as well. I mean, it's only a pistol. They have ecoed on the back of it, but it is insane. Shui pushing through. Nucleons dead quite early. Nico trades him out, but that is an AK sent over into the CT hands. Ultimate as well. Ballsy on the push. Tessez will put him dead. Naf, low HP as well. It's over. Yeah, it's over. A Liege on the A bomb site. Spotted out by Tessez as well. just going to want the kill. Elise, 19 HP, all the way down. Tessez and Nico combined, getting all 5 frags. A fairly clean round. A couple of frags for Liquid, but Falcons have been now given 5 in a row. So now Liquid should be hoping to pick up the pace fairly soon. Feels like a lot of rounds have gone by in a very short amount of time. I don't think we've had any saves yet, which is actually actually no, we had the NAF save when he had only a pistol. I was going to say it's uncommon on Dust 2, especially on a B site exec. Nerds with the AWP, a second AWP in his hands this time, wins out the AWP duel against Manassi. My days. And now you know that's Nerds. You've got a double AWP setup. Where do you want to push into? Probably going to want something a bit faster pace towards the A bomb site, but aggro line from ultimate towards short. You have to clear this with a flash, there's no way, yeah. Nearly dodges the flash, but at least flushed off the angle. Still, man advantage for Liquid, 5v4. Nucleon's ready to set up a smoke. Could be a B split, but you know you're going into a Nerds with an AWP. B cross smoke set up. They are going to take the more weakly held B bomb site with only 2 players rather than A with 3. So Nucleon's pushing out. It's going to find little resistance, but Nerds really needs to hold his own on this AWP. Not the gun that he'd prefer for the job, or at least not his gun of choice, but still has to hold it. Is helping NAF going down fairly early on, just won and traded out. Just absolutely swung on by Kixan. Hasn't been smoked off, so a little bit of util to be sent out. Liquid are going to give this a look. 3v3 are going to actually have a look. They're going to push through this into Tess's sight line. Just sees the edge of him. They aren't pushing out very far. 1 kit in the round. Shui has a chance to get on this bomb. Nico on the AWP, shooting them out, and Kixan here left alone. Yeah, farms up a liege and ultimate. Not a chance left in the round. The bomb will go off and Falcons will find 6. I mean, he'll take out Kixan with him, but Nico will save the AWP for Falcons anyway for his beloved Manassi. So that'll be a 6-2 start for Falcons. And with a 3v3, they do actually decide to go for the full retake. Albeit with not a whole lot of util. They don't have a whole lot of util left to work with. I think Ultimate might set them up with a flash, but just awkward positioning, no smokes to work with, no mollies to flush out any angles. I mean, you did get Tessez off the line, but Kixan on site, underneath the window, difficult task. Now still just about with a full buy left. Come on, Ultimate, what opener can you deliver? Nico, aggro line with the AWP. Had the A long spawn, and they're just walking up mid. Nerds here, ready to take them out, but Falcons are diligent. Falcons done their homework. They have actually cleared it out and dinked Nerds. Only 56 HP left of him. Isn't going to want to do an aggro maneuver again for a little while. Is that 4 players? 3 players stacked towards Car at the moment. Ready to fight for long. And short should be free for the taking with Nucleons putting a little bit of pressure on it. Now long has been cleared, so yeah, Ultimate's now considering short as a possibility. A B cross smoke sent over, and a liege in this position. Not usually a B site defender. Bit of a wild card in the Liquid jersey. Just found through the smoke. Nerds will be sent down early. Nice opener for Kixan. Getting traded out once again. 3v3 now. Ultimate with a shot through the smoke onto Tessez. Nico on the entry now. B side's open. Still have to get past the ultimate. Just missed the timing. Gonna have to get past the AWP line for ultimate, but I can get on side. That's bomb over in the open though. Ultimate has it for the taking. They have to push him. Have to push him at some point. He's kind of taken a bit off this angle. Missed the shot against two of them. Shui here now has to clutch it up. Tapping away at Nico. m0NESY doesn't have the time. Has to choose. Is choosing to go for the plant. Shui with the molly. And it's a bit of an awkward fight for m0NESY with the AWP as well. But still, somehow, after a bit of a chaotic round, Liquid have pulled it together and finally broken the momentum of Falcons. After 6 rounds straight, eventually find their third. I'm kind of surprised, actually, how Ultimate with 2 players on his screen. I guess maybe he just couldn't choose one of them and somehow shot directly in the middle of both of them. So, don't know how he didn't get any kills there, but Shuhei did manage to clutch out for them. First time out taken for the Falcons. I'm not gonna lie, I've forgotten if Liquid have taken a timeout yet, but I can imagine they probably have. I mean, okay, so they had so much loss bonus that now, even after winning this round, NAF's actually only got a FAMAS rather than M4 that he could have bought before if they'd lost the round, but you know, that's... Okay, these view models are stupid. Stupid things. It's just like half the time you don't even get to see the gun. It's either lodged through his hand, or you don't get to see it at all. Or just like that, it just stays in position. These demos are beautiful. They're things of art, really. I can't. Oh, Nico, out long early. Shuei not giving chase. Given a chance, and m0NESY just spamming through what? The wall, the mid doors? Gonna get the kill there? Jesus. Ultimate dead pretty early. I mean, they've got control of long as well, so could quite potentially go this way. Oh, m0NESY on the line as well. Again. 2 in the round already. Naf on the AWP himself, though, taking out Kicksand towards B tunnels. This pretty much confirms you're going to have to go A. You don't want to be walking into the NAF AWP, and m0NESY's just farming them up. On for the ace if he so wishes. On for the ace. Takes out Nerds too, and NAF, they knew he was playing on B, they knew he had an AWP. Nucleon's going to steal it from him. Still, stellar stuff from the Prodigy. That's why you bought m0NESY. Absolute monster on Dust 2. Falcons map pick, of course, where you can extract maximum potential. Yeah. 13-6. Absolutely flying high right now. And yeah, so Liquid have already taken a timeout this half, and now, including this one, they've only got one more left to suffice them for their T-side campaign, if they can get there at least. But only 2 rounds left for this half. This one's going to be an eco / a half buy. Shui's got an optimistic scout, and then going to be able to full buy for the final round. Ultimate will have enough for an AWP in the last one as well, so at least should be able to keep it competitive, despite what this round is probably going to tell you. I say competitive. How competitive is an 8-4 scoreline? At best as well. m0NESY trying to go for some opening picks on short. Elige pushing up very early, and that's Tesses dead to right. Just running up with a deagle, completely not even covered. Just gonna say, hey, what's up, guys? I've been dead at mid, and Shui's on the scout and actually finding output. Hold on a second. Kills Nucleons in tunnels. Nico trying to flush him out by himself. No way Leech actually manages to get away from this. He actually does. Finds refuge on short. But after all these opening picks, leaves it in a 3v2 in favour of Falcons. Now you got Shui and Elige. Elige is usually the A player / short player, which is exactly where he is right now. Making his way up catwalk, got plenty of info, there's nobody here. And then Shui often the rotator, so difficult position, difficult to pinpoint their exact locations, but Chewie left completely alone on the B-bomb site. Marcy, head of the pack, already low, taken out of the round, quickly picked off just like that. One and done. Elige only on 16 HP, finds himself an AK, and that will probably be the save. He's got plenty of money to buy in the next round anyway, so I'd like to see him give a little bit of a chase for it. I mean, next round is the final round, and you've already guaranteed yourself enough money to buy an M4, so at this point he's just preferring, he wants an AK over an M4. Yeah, hiding away over at long doors, waiting for the bomb to go off, so Falcons have guaranteed themselves, at worst, an 8-4 scoreline at the half, which is great for a T side. Nucleons as well, kind of lucky that on a map like Dust 2, you don't need to be the fragger. Yeah, it's great if you can find some output as well, but as a stand-in, when you've got Munacy on your team, farming them up like there's no tomorrow, you don't need Nucleons to be absolutely popping off to help Falcons win this, but with Munacy in the server, not something you desperately need. Not the deciding factor, at least, in this matchup. Munacy gonna try his luck over towards B this time. Naf gonna smoke it off. So Falcon's gonna cancel that unless Naf were to die on that nade. On the break of that smoke would have guaranteed them to accelerate in towards B. Munacy over the top of that line, just about misses the shot onto Elige. Was almost ready for it himself, so could have gone either way, but both parties missed the line, so equal exchange. Flashing ultimate off the line, you now know where he is. He's at the mid doors, so instead going to choose to challenge short, knowing that Elige here, not mollied off the angle, just going to brute force it off, but with a double flash there, at least going to hold them back for a little bit longer. Now, ultimate's on the angle. Going to be a difficult one for Nucleons. If he does peek this, I mean, this looks like he doesn't really want to, and I probably wouldn't want to either, but it's ultimate, you know? Didn't have an amazing nuke. Oh, jumping down, Nucleons actually found so much space, running down, and found the push onto Nerds, giving them a perfect opportunity to go in towards B. Naf going down to Nico as well, just as the smoke goes down. Nucleons still here, still farming up the frags, a triple from Nucleons to close it out. Falcons with such a lead, starting their CT side 9-3. Munacy 15-7 at the moment. And just like I said, that Nucleons isn't needed in this matchup. He shows exactly what he's worth. It's great that he's a plug and place for Kyosuke, exactly the exact same positions and roles, but it's even better if he's a good fragger too, and proving his worth at the moment. Just previous LAN at Red Bull giveaway was a 1.13, so did prove his worth against some of the tier 3 opponents at least, but now against Liquid at least showing his worth. On to the pistol round. Munacy with an opener. Falcons given a chance in their pistol. Can they convert the first one? Can they get their first pistol round of the series despite there being 4 pistol rounds? Good flash dodge, but the duels are just quite frankly going Falcons' way. Hold on a sec. Naf and Nerds hauling them back through this. Oh my god. Oh my god, Nerds on the edge of the smoke, just taking away Nico's face. That is insane. Just as it starts going right for Falcons, Liquid just take it all back. 1v3 now, no shot, Nucleons. No shot. It's now spotted out from the car player. Oh yeah, he knows where they are. Hold on a sec, Shui's got him. He's got Shui, sorry, but double peek as well. So close. So close, but the double swing from Nerf and Nats just confirms the kill. Confirms the frag, but What is going on? Falcons are cursed. They're absolutely cursed. 0 out of 4 pistols go Falcons' way. That's crazy stuff. Against Liquid as well. Liquid have been kind of a fairly mid-tier team. I know they used to be kind of slightly playoff contenders, but in this past, like, 12 months it seems, like, that's just completely come out of the conversation. Now it's just disaster for them. Muncie on the line seems to think that Elige is there, even spotting the edge of the smoke and then confirmed by his pit peak. But the CTs have taken over a nice bit of control towards lower tunnels, so plenty of information, you know. It's not B, they're either top mid or A, and top mid's a bit too risky to investigate, so with Muncie at least seeing the head of Elige onto A long, should give Falcons a pretty damn good idea of where they're coming from. Oh my god, Nerds jumping about, spinning around, shoots Muncie in the face. Okay, difficult one to convert as well. Ultimate on the Mac 10 confirms that. Tesses with a 5-7. Difficult one. I mean, if you can get one frag here, that would be brilliant. I mean, do they? I think they. Yeah, they do plan on checking it at least. Shuey does consider the possibility of him being there, and that is a very nearly flawless conversion, or kind of a half conversion. Falcons did force buy into that, so gonna now full eco, I would imagine. I mean, a couple of light investments across the board actually, but on the whole, doing a half buy. So Liquid have a good chance to get 6, but after a 9-3 half is still a lot of climbing to do. Ooh, okay. Well timed. Nico finding the pick at long, but now very quickly trading him. Quickly taking so much space as well. Doesn't want to peek it without the smoke there. Smoke's a bit dodgy. There's a gap on the edge of it. Sure, his nade will find another one. Hold on a sec. Tess is on the deagle. The lead from behind has to save the round. Oh my god, Monacy's put him dead as well. No way they lose the eco. No way. Just a light investment of what 2 deagles can do it for Falcons. They didn't see the bomb. They didn't know the bomb was down. So ultimate here. They were rushing over to B thinking it was there, but long range the Galil prevails, and I think ultimate spotted Monacy, spotted Tesses out towards long, so wouldn't be Tesses' first clutch from short. Molly forces ultimate out in the open, clutches it out 1v2 with the Galil. Might have the superior firepower, but Falcons at least gives them hope, and at least forces Liquid to rebuy all of those guns from the previous. It's too close for comfort. Just the deagles rattling out. I mean, Tessa has nearly got triple to find the clutch once again. I'm gonna see with that fabled AWP, so should be concerned. No smoke for double doors just yet. Could be a mistake. Nade bounces off Ultimate's face and does take a whole lot of damage off of it. But this flash, Nucleon has to be careful. Shui clears that corner perfectly, and that's the opener. Now they're just going to accelerate through towards mid doors. Another one just on the bloom of the smoke. Nico, okay, Tessa's going to spam through the smoke. That'll get a nice rebuttal. Are they going to push through this? Oh, Muncie on the boost up. Ultimate taken out, but Nerds jumping down. Spray transfer gets the double. Kicksun left. 1v2 on very low HP. Liquid don't need to overcook this. You've only got one player left to fight. Whilst he was spotted last on the B-bomb site, or at least considered over towards the B tunnels. I think Kicksun might just be saving this, yeah. Yeah, don't blame him. So, I think that's the first time that the first full gun round after winning the pistol, after finally the first full gun round of each half, finally it's actually gone Liquid's way. The first one, and Muncie doesn't exactly get the impact I was expecting him to get with the AWP. Instead, he was placed towards A, which, I guess, in hindsight, with the A split and Nucleons being the first to go down, isn't the best. Oh, no, let's try and save that. Not going to be allowed to. Kicksan will tag him up. So at least does take one down with him. Now, Liquid have 4 in a row. Falcons have to be slightly worried. Yeah, are going to take a tactical timeout on the back of that round. One gun saved on Kicksan, and they are going to be full buying into it. Full buying into this round to see what they can muster up and pull together. I mean, Muncie's probably going to have a FAMAS if he does buy, or maybe he's just going to, maybe him and Kick, yeah, okay, never mind, he's going to go for a Scout instead. High risk, high reward play. I say high risk, actually. Scout is just a difficult one to be good with, and Muncie very consistently shows us how good he is with it. No, he was actually going to refund it, go for a FAMAS instead, okay. Just baited me. Stead, very quick out long, ultimate with the spawn. Going to try and get out early. Fairly well placed nade, but Tess's just trying to get the smoke down and stay alive. Whoa, catching ultimate on the edge of the smoke. Jesus. Oh, okay. Nearly catches one on the spam in the smoke as well. So Tess's for the moment, finding the opener and doing his job well. At least halting the A long aggression. Mid completely clear and lower tunnels no aggression detected. And with no response from top mid 2, safe to say A long is going to be high in contention. Oh, Elish heard that. Elish heard that Muncie blocked the smoke, so just going to peek on the back of that. Oh, well-timed flash. Tessez peeks out and full blind. Shuey does eventually get the frag through it. Naf on the spam through the smoke. Okay. Should be a Liquid round again. Yeah, Nico from short put in his place. And Nucleon's in CT with nothing left to do. You got a lot of players on Liquid, very low on HP. But a very difficult round, looking at it as a 1v4. Oh my god. Naf with 3 in that round, that's crazy stuff. Not a single bullet touched him, still 100 HP. And Liquid, slowly but surely, they've actually managed to close the gap. 9-8. 1 round difference. What was a 9-3 half. 5 in a row now gives us a 1 round difference. And Falcons should be concerned. Should be concerned with how this would go. Especially now they've got pistols as well. Should be seeing Liquid equalising it with 9-9. Three players stacking towards B, expecting a B pop. I think Shui's trying to line himself up for the B cross. For the B to mid. No, Jesus, the mid to B smoke. Yeah, there we go. And with the molly out there, should be going out through mid doors over towards B. So, could be a brawl for this site. Able to connect up with Naf in towards tunnels. And that flash keeping Tess's occupied. Three players here with 5-7s, close range for Nico as well. Could be a difficult one. And Tess is he going to be able to push out of the smoke so he can try and play in front of it? Yeah, slowly going to be walking into the stack. And Falcons do have a good idea of this. Nico, close range, spamming a couple of heads, picking up an AK as well, switching over to the primary, taking out Naf, no way, on for the quad! Jesus Christ, Nico with a 5-7, hold of the B bomb site on what was a game of pistols. Stopping the momentum of Liquid. They were so close. They were so close. 9-8, and now Falcons finally get themselves double digits. Their first CT round on Dust 2. All thanks to Nico with the AK. He gives over the AK to Tessez too. After saving that. And jumping into the B stack. Doesn't work in Liquid's favour, so a bit of a shock on that one, losing to 5-7s. We'll have to keep on looking forwards instead. Instead gonna test short, but the Molly AWP, yeah, that's what you get. That's what happens. Elise now forced back by the Molly as well, untradeable kill. Shui goes down, that's an opener for Falcons. Gonna try the same thing again, but Nico's feeling turned up. Gonna flash through the mid smoke, just gonna pre-fire the mid doors, not gonna be able to find anybody and gets away with his life. It's a bit of a blessing to keep that man advantage going. Still 3 players mid. Gonna go for this split towards B again, probably. Do have a smoke for this cross again, but okay, so Ultimate does need to smoke this at some point if they're still gonna go for it. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Another B split happens once again. Oh, Kicksan could be mollied out of this, but nobody's here to hear the audibles. Oh, and they're just going to spam through the smoke instead on the break through mid. Catching 2 of them, and now 2v5 should be impossible. Kicksan as well, perking up at the right time. Nucleons all combined, flawless round for Falcons. Giving themselves an 11th round and 5 alive. Making it just ever harder for Liquid, and with such poor money. Such little to go around. I mean, you're forced to eco here. You can't, in good conscience, force buy in this round. They're just playing for overtime. It's a full eco, nothing being bought, and this would be an absolute miracle if it could be pulled off. I mean, there's just no way. A Deagle on NAF, and that's been the only thing that's been bought. I mean, Falcons just need to put this one in the line. It's match point for them. Audible's heard now. Should be a fat nade. Oh my days. Devastating. Hit the shot as... or didn't hit the shot, sorry. But Nico onto shore. Manasi teaming up with him. Nade 2, I mean. Shuri's the only man left, just fighting for the last frag. Shuri on the D. Gets a dink onto Nico, but nothing more. 3 kills. Farming up the eco frags, and Liquid have to force it to another overtime if they want to even stay in Blast Bounty. Could be their final round here in Copenhagen. Or can Falcons with the stand-in pull ahead? Final timeout taken. On the very brink of elimination in the playoffs. Blast Bounty. At least you have a full buy to work with. No AWP for Ultimate. But AKs across the board except for Ultimate actually. And NAF delegating to Galils. They're actually choosing to go for the Galils with the heavier util instead. So it's a rough one. It's going to have to be a perfect call from Shui. Or at least with the help of his coach on the back of the timeout too. Gonna have to be magic stuff. 3 players long. Falcons want this long control. Long control garnered as well now. So Muncie going to shift over towards mid and Nucleon towards short. Yeah, do you really want to try another mid to B? I mean, the short util is coming out on the peak there. Alige taking this control, but Nico on the line. and Nucleons can flash him out, or at least flash for the repeat if needed. Yeah, set up the smokes. Oh, they've both smoked the same position. They've both smoked the same thing. They were supposed to do the smoke wall, a fountain down, but is that the first domino? Is that the first domino to fall? Nico in towards Gandalf as well. Difficult position to clear. Do they even want to clear this? Are they going to? Nope, completely overlooked in the spray down. Nico gets 2. Nerts from long though, does get the rebuttal. Dinked and low HP. That is a plant down. Liquid have a chance. That molly is going to force him out into the line of monitors. He hits a blinder. Shuhei, the only man left on site now, blind. It's not going to work. And Nerts, 11 HP, gets taken out by Kixan. And Falcons progress to the semi-finals of Blast Bounty, kicking out Team Liquid. Great stuff. Nuke was close, but Dust 2 not so much. Ultimate didn't turn up today, but Falcons with a stand-in, whilst Nucleons probably wasn't the all-time carry, still was a great match. So, thank you. I'll see you again soon. Leave me any feedback. I always like some feedback on the cast. So, I think that's it. I know I was very behind on this because, I mean, Blast Bounty, I think for me was like a week and a half ago at this point, the grand final. So right now we're like middle of I'm Krakow. So I'll go and have a look at how those matchups are looking right now. So I'll see you again soon. Bye.